All right, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Sharing Hope and Inspiration podcast. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get in, get situated. If you need to get some water, call your friends, tell them we on, do what you need to do. Try to get started momentarily. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Sharing Hope and Inspiration podcast. You're more than welcome to share it on your page so everybody can participate and engage. I think I fixed the problem, so you are able to comment on my page as well. I shared the page. We're live on YouTube as well, and if you missed the show, join us on Spotify. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Sharing Hope and Inspiration podcast. I am your host, Jim, and this is a space for real stories, honest conversation, and healing through our truths.
And I am your host, Denise Jackson. This podcast is very meaningful, very heartfelt. And as I've stated before, my purpose is personal. So we're going to speak truth, we're going to spread love, and we're just going to rejoice in the midst of our hurt.
Behind every statistic is a face, a voice, a life. And behind every life taken too soon is someone left behind, grieving, remembering, and sometimes finding a way to speak out and advocate. This episode is not easy, but it's important. If someone you know has been impacted by domestic violence and we would just want you to know that you're not alone and that we're here for you. So, today, we are honored to be joined by two incredible guests. They're here to share their personal journey with us um, during the loss of Shakira. Oftentimes, you hear Denise speak on it, but um, we want to just give everybody another perspective as to how her death really impacted um, everybody's lives. Now, I warn you, this is not easy for us because this is not just something we saw on the news. This was not just a story we heard from somebody else. This was somebody that we knew, that we interacted with, that we supported, that we saw grow up right before our eyes. So, just to give you a different spin, because sometimes we get caught up in situations or relationships and we was like, well, it's my business, it's my relationship, but you don't understand how you being in a toxic environment, relationship affects others around you. So, I would love for you guys to please help me welcome to the stage two people near and dear to us, Kim Mahoney and Mika Arnold Moore.
Yay.
Hey,
Welcome.
thank you for having us.
Thank you
Well,
guys for agreeing to be a part of the podcast on today. As you know, we're talking about something that many struggle to say out loud. Losing a loved one to domestic violence, the kind of pain that leaves us, just leaves a scar no one sees, a silence that echoes long after the moment has passed. So I really appreciate you both for agreeing to be a part of the podcast today. I appreciate you guys and love you so much for being a part of Shakira's life.
That was the best part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's topic is She Should Still Be Here. One family's journey through grief and justice. So, um, as getting started, I would like to just start by asking some questions that will be honoring Shy. Um, can you share who Shakira was, her personality, her dreams, and what she meant to you?
Um, you want me to go, Auntie Mika?
Yes, you can go, baby.
Shakira was, oh God, she was so many different facets to me and the kids. So to me, she was my niece. She was my second child. To my kids, it was their cousin. It was their best friend. I mean, we were family. We were family through and through, and that's really the common denominator in all. She was my daughter.
Hmm.
Outside of,
You're Margaret.
she was my Margaret. I was her Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Auntie Mika.
To me, she was my niece. She was my little chocolate drop. You know, she was just a breath of fresh air. You know, whenever you saw her, she was always smiling. She was always happy, and she was just always, uh, she was family.
Hmm.
Real deal, Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? She was that baby that wasn't scared to ask you for something. She was that baby that told you what she needed. You know what I'm saying? And no matter where she seen me or when she seen me, I was always auntie. You know, she was my little chocolate drop.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, let's. What are some of her your favorite memories of her? I got a couple of them, but
Woo! For me,
she was
it
a
was.
character.
Oh, you want to go for it? Go ahead, Gemini. I apologize.
Oh no, I mean you guys are guests, but I mean if you want me to go, give you a little minute. I understand. Let's see. So I remember when Denise and Shine got that new house, and it was a. She made sure she put that sign outside the door saying, "Take them shoes off. Don't walk on that carpet with them shoes, baby. She was gonna get you." She was like a little pit bull about enforcing not to come in on that carpet with them shoes on. And I used to always just crack up laughing. And another memory of Shy that it really I struggle with because I'm so used to her coming around the corner saying, Gemini. Yeah. And then so after she passed, it hurt me because I was like I remember sitting in the kitchen on the cooler and I just knew that she was gonna come around the corner and be like, Gemini. And so I just always hear her voice in the back of my head saying that and it just makes me smile. But that took a toll on me. That's when I knew that this was not a bad dream that I was gonna wake up from. 'Cause I
Yeah.
couldn't hear her voice come around the corner calling me Gemini. But yeah.
For me, I guess the most profound memories are from cheerleading days. Uh, Sky and Juliana and Chelsea were on a traveling cheerleading squad, so they were the elite of the time. And let me tell you, she was a lot of work along with those twos. It was the Three Stooges, the three of them. They got me in a lot of trouble, but from her sleeping over and just having our little dance parties, and I remember one day they gave me HE double hockey sticks at cheerleading practice, so much so that they made the coach quit. So I decided to take the coach's place for the day. And I quit after 3 minutes because of Shakira, Juliana, and Chelsea. So the next day we had a cheerleading competition. So they wanted to stay up all night. So in the morning I went and got a bunch of pots and pans and I went upstairs and I woke them up.
Hmm.
Just like that with the pots and pans, and I did a little payback. But most of my memories with Shy, outside of even cheerleading, we did so much with Franklin Productions together, just at our houses, just as family and cousins. And if my kids weren't at her house, she was at ours. And I miss it so much. I mean, the last time I saw her was the night before she passed, and I know we'll get into it, but I'll share that story then. So it's been a journey for all of us.
Yeah.
Mika.
Yeah, and that's the same with me. It was just all the activities. You know, you, Denise, was the one that taught me about keeping your child busy because that baby was in everything. And all the stuff she did, she made sure her family was invited. You know what I'm saying? So we was either going to cheerleading stuff or we was doing, like you said, the Franklin stuff. You know what I'm saying? The kids were busy. And Jimmy, not just like you made that statement about coming around the corner and she hollering at you, it was never, it was always auntie. You know what I'm saying? Always auntie. And when she seen me, the little face would light up and it'd be like, hey, auntie, all the way up to the last time it was at your one of your birthday parties. It was your last birthday party, Denise. And
Mm-hmm.
we were sitting at the bar together and I was tripping because so you old enough now you can sit at the bar. And I remember when that was just a little baby, a little bitty old thing, you know what I'm saying? But Jess was always active, always in stuff. And we was a village. So whatever they had going on, we was buying popcorn, we was going to, we was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, even with the little pageants.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah. We got some
Um,
history.
we do.
Yep.
Kim, how would you describe the love she gave to others?
Shakira.
Yes.
I mean, just pull Raphael into the room and have him smile. And that smile is his mother's smile, and it radiated every room. I mean, she was just, if she wasn't happy, you wouldn't have known it that day. She
Right.
always had a huge smile when she came in. She was a presence. She was just a born leader, and her smile just lit up the room.
Hmm.
Mm,
Absolutely.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Them teeth, honey, them teeth.
Yep. And like you said, if she wasn't happy, you wouldn't have known it because she always made everybody feel, she made you feel welcome. She made you feel loved. She made you feel like you belonged. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? She really put the F in family. She made you feel like you was a part of.
Yep.
And
Definitely.
Ralph is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Shakira could work your nerves, though. Ralph doesn't work my nerves. But that shy,
Could
Oh
work
no,
a nerve.
he working her too.
he
He
doesn't
working.
work mine, no. He's
He
much
worked.
easier.
Work. He works Gemini nerve.
He working
Ooh.
now. He working.
He works you?
He
Yeah,
works Gemini nerves.
but yeah, he is his mother's child, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Thank God.
Um, so we're gonna switch it up just a little bit, guys.
Okay.
We're gonna take a little deeper dive and starting with seeing the signs. When did you begin to worry about her safety or the relationship she was in?
Uh, I can honestly say it was day one for me. Um, I remember the day that the girls, it was the three of them that went over there to that house because they happened to live next door to Denise and Sean. And I remember the day they went over there. And that was the first and the last day. Um, but the signs were very, they came very quickly after that. I would probably even say a month or two in, there was an incident that actually involved a gun. And, Denise wasn't going to take no crap. So she was out the door going after him, and I was following behind her and pulled over on the street. And he was just, he was, he was very angry, and he had no respect for Denise as a parent. And at that point, the way that he was talking to her, I knew that she was in a very bad situation.
And and Kim was trying to talk me down. She was like, "No, no, I really know because I was ready,
You stay
baby.
ready.
I was locked and loaded."
I
Mm.
know. And you feel guilty today because you think back about those stories, and I talked him down as well. And gave him love and gave him a hug and tried to keep everything. And now thinking back of it now, I wish I would have did something differently instead of, just try to decompress the situation, because
Mm-hmm.
here we sit.
Auntie, did you ever see the signs or did you feel anything?
I felt it after I talked to you. When I
Mm-hmm.
talked to you when that incident happened and you told me what happened, I'm like, something is not right here. But from her, I really knew something wasn't right at your birthday party because she talked to me at the bar that night. And she was like, Auntie, it's time I did something different. She wanted to do something different because up until then, she was so in love with him. She
Right.
just, you know what I'm saying? She really did. I called him a thug. I'm like, what we get this at that how you fall in love with a thug? And she was like, Auntie, he ain't no thug. He just needs, you know what I'm saying? She really thought she can heal him.
And see,
And
that was the thing right there. Yeah.
right. She thought she could change things. But at your birthday party, when we were sitting at that bar talking, I'm like, how you doing? And what's going on? Not knowing some of the
Mm-hmm.
stuff that was really going on, because that was only it wasn't that long after, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff was in play at that time that we
Yeah.
didn't know.
And
But she was tired.
that was the first time I had allowed her to even come to a birthday party of mine at the
Right.
church. That was the very first time. The very first time.
Yes.
There
And
was
I
little
only
signs.
allow
Oh,
and
sorry.
I only allowed her to come because Malaysia was in
Right.
town.
It was
So-
sitting
And I
together.
was like, okay, you can hang out with Malaysia. So yeah, that was the very first time.
And at that time, she told me, she said she's tired. She was ready for something different. And
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
just
I think what was crazy is when I'm a visual person, so I remember when they moved next door and it was like a gray cloud right next door. It was like we were sunshine, he go to gray cloud. And Shy was such a well-rounded child. She's been exposed to different stuff, and she was good in gymnastics, she was great in school, all these good things, and cheerleading. And then she mixed with somebody who definitely wasn't on her level, and she felt like she could help and change, and she wanted everybody to see the good in him. And we was like, Child, you
No.
weren't raised like this, baby. You can't handle this. And she was trying so hard that I feel like prove us all wrong. And she
Mhm.
went. I remember Denise even told her one time, "You weren't raised like this." And so like for me, the warning signs was when she started doing stuff that she wasn't used to. Like I remember one time you went over there and she came outside. And I think she had her hair wasn't combed and the shoes, she had her shoes on.
Right.
Things went off because you weren't raised like that. How
right.
dare you do, like, so all the things that she was raised to do, and she was used to, like, her whole routine changed. And I was like,
Yeah.
something's not right. She's not her normal self. She didn't smile the same anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like she changed. She changed. She didn't have that light in her anymore. Like he literally drained her of happiness,
Mhm.
and you could see it. And it
But
was bothering all of us, but we were trying to give her that space because she was an adult, and we were trying to let her figure it out.
navigate her way.
Yeah, we was
But
I mean, because you have to, they adults, you know what I'm saying? You can't control their whole life. But we were still trying to pour into her like, you better than this. And sometimes, like she got it, but he
it was
still
too
took her
late.
away from us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we all collectively share the same guilt for an opportunity that we may have missed, not that we should have known, because we were living life and life was living. So who thinks that that's going to happen? I don't know when you want to get into the story of our last time seeing her and stuff, so I can hold it or I can share it, but I feel like missed a major opportunity as well.
well, before we go a little bit deeper, let's look at the chat. With having a granddaughter now, do you think that affects your son's parenting?
That can be to either one of y'all.
Well, I'm assuming it's for Denise,
Yeah, it's probably for Denise.
D-Man.
Um, I really don't think it affects my son's parenting because him having a daughter, for me, I feel that it has made him a better man.
Yes.
And he protects his daughter the same way he was protecting his sister. So he's very
He
overprotective
was
of his
very
daughter.
protected. Yeah.
Very
Yes.
overprotective. So I think his daughter brings out the man in him. I mean, it makes him a better person as a whole.
Yeah. We see that.
Yeah,
I.
he's a great father. I
Hmm.
I, I can give it to him. He's a great father. But he
Yep.
was yeah, he's always been very protective, and
Yes.
that
So
was
he's
one of the things.
definitely he's a girl's dad for sure.
Even when they were fighting, it
Right.
doesn't matter what they were fighting. They can fight, but don't come in between them. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
And the thing about them when they had their little tits, I always made Marcus write a letter to Shy, Shy write an apology letter to Marcus, and they would have to read the letter to each other, and then they had to sleep in the room with one another for a whole week, whether it was the Marcus room or Shy room. You're gonna come together and sleep in the same room,
You going in the black room or the red room?
one or the other.
Okay, did Shy ever confide in any of you about what was going on?
No.
The
We
No.
last.
didn't. No.
She.
She never confided in me. And even though I would ask her, and as a mother, you know when your child is going through something, and as you said earlier, her smile changed, her walk changed, and she would look so drained. She was just tired. So I knew that he was verbally, mentally, and emotionally abusing her. But she never wanted to say to me because she felt like if I tell my mommy, then out the door she goes.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
she knew.
that's something when it comes to this, I'm beginning to learn because at some point we got to forgive ourselves that we didn't see the signs, but we also got to forgive them because they didn't say anything. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Um, when I say she thought she can help him and change him until she couldn't, that's
Mm-hmm.
the truth. Because when she said that and said she was ready for something different, she was ready. But it took a
Mm-hmm.
minute to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they don't always talk because they feel different things.
Well, they're protectors of their abuser.
Abusers, yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, for me, I know she never, because if she would have said something, she ain't even have to worry about you. I mean, it just didn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It didn't happen. I mean, all the way up until the till, you know,
And it goes without saying domestic violence is a silent killer.
it is.
It's a silent killer.
It is definitely a silent killer, but I feel like there was definitely signs at the end. For me, seeing
And
her
Yes.
the night
mm,
before she died,
Yeah.
she did share with me, and
Yeah.
I didn't miss it,
Mhm.
but I chose to. I missed it intentionally, I think, because I didn't want her. She was just getting back to Shakira that day. You could see, like, she dimmed her light, but her light was coming back because she had her plan. And we all know the next day she was leaving him.
Mhm.
So the plan
yeah,
was in place. So she was brighter. She wouldn't even have came over before, and that's why I was so mad at her, because she was under him. So this night for her to come over, it was like her first little inclination of freedom, and you could see it on her in our conversations that we had. Things were said, and I just figured her leaving was going to be the solution, not thinking like this is where he's going to go, even though he said this is where he was going to go. But I'm assuming that that was her relationship with him. That's how he always talked to her and treated her. So any kind of threat was maybe an empty threat, or I thought so.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe she thought she was protecting us as well because she knew he was a hothead,
Yeah.
Right.
and he knows, and she knows how Denise is, and we all know the rules. Don't mess with her kids. Don't mess with
Uh,
her money.
my
Like
money.
that's it. And
Right.
but she knows if she would have opened up and said something, I think she feared that it would create a
Right.
bigger,
It would
um,
be worse off.
yeah,
You
because
know.
it
Yeah.
was up. Like if she would have said something, if we all would have known, the whole community would have been over there. It would have
Yeah.
definitely been a war zone.
Even her dad, to speak on her dad, like he never wanted to meet him. He never wanted to come in contact with him because he said several times what he would do. So his way of maintaining his sanity is by not meeting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
But
He
then
can't.
the stuff that went on in his life right there at the end just changed everything. It just, you know what I'm saying? It just changed because that day from the beginning all the way to that night was just
I don't
dark.
feel that way, Auntie Mika. I get what you're saying because it would be a tough day in a normal person's life, like you and me, but for them it seemed like this was their norm. So it's like
It was their normal. It
That's
was
yeah,
their
they
norm.
were like
family. That's what they dwelled in. They
Their family was very dysfunctional. Like
yeah.
it
So I
Yes,
was
don't
just
and that
wrong.
part was true. But at
yeah
that time, that was the time that she chose to stand up. She
yes
Yeah.
chose to
Yeah.
stand up at that time. It was normal for them, but it wasn't normal for her. We didn't
I,
have all that going on in our lives. This that happened, it broke all of us.
I
This
just
was
don't
the beginning for
yeah.
all of us. We didn't
Yeah.
have this. This was not a norm for us. People getting this wasn't a norm.
No, you're right.
It was
Yeah.
not a norm. We weren't used to this. We was happy go lucky. We loved on each other. We wasn't we weren't used to this darkness because this
Right.
is a darkness.
Right.
And we weren't used to this.
I think she was just trying to love him through the situation because I
And
mean,
she
when
was.
people, just like a lot of people, when they come around us, they see us and they want what they see. They don't know how we cultivated the relationships with each other. They don't know what we've been through to get to the point where how our friendships are and our family is. But they see that and they want that. Just in the community period. They see it and they want it. But they don't understand the work they had to go into it to make sure our bonds stay secure. And
Yeah.
so this
Right.
family who moves in next door, who you could tell they never knew what love was, never knew what security was, never knew how to function in society. Just
Mm.
like a whole bunch of dysfunction and toxic breeding dysfunction and toxic.
Like
And,
roaches.
yeah, and so she tried to love him through that situation. I mean, they didn't have nothing, and because she
Mm.
was a person that was full of love and always had a willing heart, she was trying to help them. I remember she was sneaking food over there for them. She wanted to make sure they eat. It was 111 roaches over there, but she was still trying to make sure that was all right. You know what I'm saying? There was running extension cords next door. She was trying to help. She was
So they have
trying to be there
power.
for
Yep.
them. And
Yeah.
when you're a toxic person and you're not used to that, you're gonna mess it up each and every time because that's what you're used to. That's what you're used to
That's what you
dwelling.
used to. Yeah.
And when she
Mhm.
finally decided she was ready to stand up, they didn't want that. He didn't want
Right.
that because that's what now he's gonna be really left in the same situation he used to.
Yep.
And so I we can't beat ourselves up over it
But
because
we will till the end
And
of
we
but
do.
probably.
we
And
I
we
mean we have
do.
to heal through this because we saw the signs and we spoke to her and we spoke over her and we prayed for her and we did what we were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And we just had to lean on the fact that she knew that eventually she knew that this wasn't for her.
Yeah.
And she couldn't suffer in that situation any longer. So God had to make the decision to make sure she stayed, got out of it. And we might not agree with how it happened and played out, but now we know, and we could tell other people like, listen, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Sign like so. I always tell people all the time, like, I understand that you're in a situation, but let's get you in a better situation. I mean, you
Right.
can't love a person who don't love themselves. Those people never knew love. And even when going through the courts and everything like that, listen to the father speaking. He was like, I told him to put the guns down, but you sat here and this is what you produce into society. And now to the point you can't even do nothing with them.
Nothing.
So, I mean, it was a lot. But okay, let me sum this up. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper because it's already trigger moment. Can you share as much as you're comfortable with, and I don't know how much because we all emotional at this point. How you found out about her passing?
I'll go first, Mika, because
Girl, you've been going first the whole time, so continue.
thank you for that intro. But you are more than welcome. I was only going
I'm
to say
good,
it because,
baby.
okay, I'm only saying it and you'll see why. Me and Dee's phone rang a million times. I mean, Denise and Regina, and the phone just kept ringing. It was late. It was after, it had to be around 11, right, Denise? 10, 11 or
It,
something?
it had to be around 10 because I got the
Yeah.
call at 9:30, so it was right
Right.
at 10.
It
Yeah,
was
but you
around
got up
10.
early, so we were already in the bed. And my phone, I don't know, it was beside me. So the phone kept ringing. I kept not answering. I kept seeing it, but I just kept putting it down, not thinking anything. And then Auntie Mika started chiming in. So I said, "What the hell?" I said, "Let me just answer the phone." And I can't tell you what was said. I just can tell you that Shakira, she was shot. You got to get there now. And that was it. I mean, we jetted to Decatur where it was in our pajamas and looking a hot mess. And that's pretty much how I got the call. And that was not even 18 hours after she left my house.
Mm.
No, yeah, it was less than that. Yeah. What about you, Auntie?
Uh, I was in Kroger's. I was going through one of my little sticks trying to lose weight. Y'all know I did a million things to try to lose weight. So I had just left the gym, me and BG, and we was at Kroger's. And I get a call from Tyrone. And Tyrone said, have you spoke to Denise? And I said, no, what's going on? Tyrone say, Denise, you need to talk to Denise. But before I can call Denise, Denise called me. And I'm in Kroger's. And Denise said, my baby gone. They
Yep.
done killed my baby. And I'm like, where are you? And when Denise told me, I hightailed it out of Kroger's and I went straight to Decatur and I went straight there to Denise. And we standing out there outside the house and we see this tape and we see these people and we still don't know because they lied. They lied. And this little son of a biscuit eater walked up to the tape
Yep.
talking to Denise and somebody flashed a light.
With blood on them.
And when they flashed that light and Denise seen that light, and at this time, Denise happened to see the side of that car. Because all this time, we did not know where she was because they kept saying she was at the hospital and don't know what hospital she was at. And that's when Denise seen her and Denise seen the front of his shirt and said something to the police and everything went. That shit was something out of the movies.
Because he had lied. Remember, he said
He
that
lied
the drive
the
by.
whole time.
Yeah, we were actually on the phone when you got the call because we were supposed to be going out of town. We were supposed to have went to Savannah the next day, and um, we was on the phone talking and joking and stuff, and that's when the call came through. And honestly, I didn't think that she was gone. I didn't. I thought that maybe like something grazed her or something like that. Like
Yes.
I wasn't. I was like, "What do you mean?" I heard Denise yelling at Demarcus, "Get up!" because he on fell out in the driveway and stuff like that. And all I knew is I needed to get there. So I remember calling Black. I said, "Hey, do you remember? You know where he live at?" And she's like, "Yeah." So when I finally did get there and pull up, like when I tell you, it was something that was crazy. Like everybody came, and
Everybody was there.
we all showed up. We all showed up, and I remember pulling up, and Denise said they won't tell me where she's at. What
Mm-hmm.
hospital? I said, Denise, they gotta tell you what hospital. She said they went. They didn't tell her because she was still there in the driveway.
She was still
But
there
it
in the driveway.
that when the light flashed and it was like she's there, that's when I broke. I'm like, are you
Mm-hmm.
serious?
And you
Are
know, and when I got the call, like you, Gemini, not one time did I say to myself, "My baby is gone." You know, not
Right.
one time. My only take was to get to her and get to her right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we'll deal with the rest. And for him to say to my mom when my mom called her phone, "Oh, she's gone to the hospital." So this is our mindset, like she's going to the hospital. What hospital?
Right.
you?
But the whole time she was lying in their driveway, deceased.
Mm-hmm. It was a lie. The whole thing was a lie.
for a long
I mean,
time.
everything was a lie. You know, they tried to say it was a drive-by. They tried to
Yeah.
say she shot herself. So they just lied the entire time.
Yeah,
So
it was crazy.
they just
I remember
lied.
looking
And then
across
his
the
stupid
street.
self, he literally walked up there and was talking to you, but they had told him to stay in the house. But that's when everything began to unravel.
But
Because
see,
when the
the reason he was not in the house because he had actually left the scene. He actually left the scene and he came back as if he was not there. So this how they tried to play it out as he wasn't there. And then when he started to walk towards me, that's when Bebe jumped out the car. And you know what she had, and they had to grab her. And they said, "Oh, he got blood on him." So at this time, a friend of DS, who's an officer, grabbed him and put him in the car. And that's when went looked to the left and I saw her in their
right,
driveway. So he had actually left, and his story changed so many times.
Yeah,
Because he left the scene and he came back. Then he said, "Oh, he and his mom was in the house and they heard noise, but they thought it was the ice
ice
machine."
maker. Yeah,
Like,
the ice maker.
when
Yep.
does the ice maker sound like gunfire?
right.
Then it was
And
a
then
drive
his
by. Then I was
sister,
like, it had to
I
be a
guess that's
sharp
when
that.
his sister, I mean, all of them was lying. But then when they
Everybody.
threatened her, that's when she went on and told everything. You
Hmm.
know,
She's the one that tried to give her CPR too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy down there. I remember looking in the house across the street. The neighbors were looking out that window, but it was like
Mhm.
that. The family was such a menace. I felt like they was afraid to speak out. You know what I
Um,
mean? It was
100%.
just it was really crazy.
I think it came out to be 21 people living in that house. That
21 people living in that house.
Yeah,
Yes.
20
21 people.
kids, everything. Um, it became real to me when the coroner came from the opposite direction because we were
Yeah.
all out in the street. We was out there for a while.
a
we were
long
a
That's
time.
yeah.
couple hours.
That's when it
We
became real.
were we were really out there to after 12. We was out
Mhm.
after 12 o'clock because they had to wait to get a warrant before they could go in the house. And
Yeah.
it wasn't until they got the search warrant that they brought me wrapped because they wasn't
Oh
even
yeah.
aware
We
that it
weren't
was a
leaving without the
baby
baby.
till I
We weren't
asked,
leaving
"Where
without the
is
baby.
my grandbaby?"
Right.
Right.
So
We
we
said the
didn't
baby
leave
was
there
about
till after 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I remember that. And I just want to, thank the community as a whole because, like, we might bicker, we might talk about each other, and we might go at it. But when I tell you the community showed up that night, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys who came out and was supportive and just stood and cried and hugged and was there for Denise in that moment and in the family because it showed that we could pull together. Like people say a lot about the community, but we really do show up for each other, and I really do
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. So what are each of your emotions and thoughts? What were your emotions or thoughts at that moment?
Anger,
Mhm.
anger. I was mad. Because how dare you? What made you think it was okay? What
Right.
made you think that it was okay? You know what I'm saying? How dare you? Anger. Even to this day, it's a lot of it. Anger. How dare you?
Um,
Kim, how did you feel?
so many things. The same way I do today. Uh, of
Hmm.
course, with Auntie Mika, angry, but sad, guilty, confused,
Hmm.
just so, just so mad, just wishing, wishing for so many
Right.
different things that we already talked about that transpired just to save her life. But I was angry like everybody else. I felt like I had a hole. I lost, a child young, and that feeling came back, and it's still there. It's there for my daughter. It's there for Shakira, and it doesn't go away. But with Shakira, I have the guilt with her, and
Hmm.
just sad. Sad for the kids to watch them go through it. We all know what it's like. They had their best friends and cousin and the brother, and
Right.
it changed everybody's life. Honestly, that day for forever, it changed relationships that day. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of anger built in there, and it cultivated some relationships too. And I'm
Mhm.
thankful for.
We're gonna go to the chat for a second. Nataki said, "What was he doing all with all that time for 2 hours? Who knows? Coming up with the alibi, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
Trying to think of their
well,
lives.
what happened? Again, we received a call about 9:30. At 9 o'clock, I spoke to Shy. Said you don't have to put yourself in harm's way. Like, why are you going over there? You owe him absolutely nothing. And her words were, "I'm going to pay my respect." Because his brother had gotten murdered a couple of days prior in prison. So she goes there. 9:30, we get the call. She had been shot. So from the time I want to say Sean DeMarcus and I probably got there maybe within 15 minutes of that call, if not sooner. Auntie Jackie and Bebe was already there because they just so happened to be in the area. So didn't see him upon first arrival. Again, like I said, he left and he came back. So he came while we were there. So I don't know, was he riding around trying to figure things out, trying to come up with stories, Nataki? I honestly don't know, other than lying. But a part of me feels like, and I've said this to Sean several times, that with them saying she's gone to the hospital, a part of me feel like they were trying to lure us away, keep us away from the scene,
Right.
keep us from coming. And my mindset is, oh, what were they going to do? Move her body and take it somewhere and act as if nothing had happened? Because why would you say she's gone to the hospital when you knew damn well she was still lying in
She
your
was still
driveway?
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the most difficult part of the day and the days that followed? The most difficult part of that day. So, while you guys think about, I'm gonna tell you the most difficult part of that day for me was acceptance that this had happened, this had transpired, and literally um watching Denise break. She literally just broke right there, and it was nothing we could do. We couldn't comfort her. We couldn't help her. It was just the processing, watching how Demarcus was going through it and Sean was going through it, and yes was distant. It was like that family broke that,
Yeah,
and it was like as much as we tried to be there, um, and comfort and take care of everything, it was just like looking at Denise was like she was she wasn't there, and
yeah,
I couldn't do anything about it. So that was difficult for me,
Yeah.
and knowing that life still had to go on, but how do I help my friend navigate through this? You know, it was hard, and
Yeah.
trying to hold it together because we all can't be breaking at the same time. So that was difficult for me.
I feel that, Gemini. I feel the same way. That was
Hmm.
a big thing just to see and know the feeling that she had, and it's helpless. And the other part was, sometimes people, when you share an experience, sometimes people push you on that person because you've been there, and there's something that you could say to them, but there was nothing that I could say, not even that I knew what to say because that wasn't my journey. So that was, just like you said, it was really hard to swallow. And the other part was, you know, getting to the kids before somebody got to them to tell them.
Mhm.
And that's basically what happened.
Man, listen, the news, the Facebook posts, um, people
And
prank calling the phones. There was calling threatening Demarcus. Like that was hard.
yep,
That was hard.
yep.
That was
There
hard.
wasn't, I don't think there was one light point of that day that you could say was easy from the minute the call came in until
Right.
today.
And
Mhm.
you said that, Kim, because that part is so true.
What?
But the hardest part was, I mean, from the day that that call came through until today, because it's still hard. But the biggest part was during that time was Denise. I mean, because for me, just trying to be there for Denise, because that whole light had just, my niece, that light was gone. And just being able to just be there to make sure that she didn't slip through the cracks. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Praying and just scared because I didn't know where her head was at and didn't know how to get her back. But I just knew I had to just be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just keep living life.
Yeah.
But even today, you like in the days, because I find myself just floating off sometime, just in the days. Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of stuff we still can't help. It's a lot of people we still can't reach,
Yep.
Yeah.
no matter
Mhm.
how much you try or what you say.
And for me, it wasn't just enduring the pain of losing Shy. It's like I am enduring Ralph's pain as well because he was only 10 months and
Right.
he didn't know what happened to his mom. And I could look into his eyes and I could see the sadness in his
Oh, he
eyes
was so sad.
because he was so sad because it was like, I see everybody, but I don't see my mom. I hear everybody, but I don't hear my mom. And you can just see the sadness in him. And I can recall a couple of days after how he kept pulling at his ears, and we're thinking maybe he had an ear infection. And Kim left that night and took him to ER,
Yep.
and there was nothing wrong with his ears. He didn't have not one ear infection. But my take on that is, and even though they could not prove it, I felt as though Shy was holding him when she was shot, and it was
Oh
the
wow.
ringing. It was
Oh,
the ringing of that gun fire in his ears.
mm,
Because still to this day at age 13, thunder and lightning scares the shit out of him. Like if it's thunder and lightning and he's awake, wherever Sean and I are, he's going to run to us.
Oh
So
wow.
that was like one of that's just a part of my difficulties is seeing how sad he was
yeah.
and me having to hurt for him because to this day he don't know what happened.
No.
Right.
He does not know.
And that's why I say your journey never ends, because your journey is going to continue and you have to navigate through that here soon,
Right,
because now he's 13. Look how quick
right.
those years went by.
And I know eventually he's going to ask, like, what happened?
Yeah, he deserves to know. But I'm proud of you for, you know,
I mean, he's gonna want to ask that of his father.
absolutely.
He's gonna want to ask that of his, because have he even spoken to him yet?
Well, he came home once when he was at Narby. I can't remember what grade he was in. And Sean had picked him up from school. And Sean said, Ralph has something to ask you. And I'm like, what is it? He said, Ralph asked him in the car, do you have a dad? So when he came to me and I said to him, I said, you do? I said, but your father did some very bad things. Did some very bad things. And because of the things that he did, he's not in your life. And he can't be in your life. And he was like, okay, I got Papa. I got Granddaddy Greg. And that was the end of it. That was the end of the conversation.
That was a very age appropriate answer.
That
Mhm.
very was.
It
Yeah.
was very
Mhm.
age appropriate. And I'm sure you guys gonna have that conversation older. And I don't know how prepared you are for who's ever prepared to have a conversation of that sort. But um, I pray that you guys make it through it and navigate through it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a lot.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but he's a very intellectual child, and I think you're gonna proceed the best way you can. You've been doing a great job thus far,
Thank you.
tackling all the different obstacles, keeping him involved, in the foundation, and trying to help keep his mom's legacy alive. So, um, he knows that you have his best interests at heart. So
Right.
even if he does come to you and want to have that conversation, or even speak to him, I know that you guys will do what's best in the best interest of his emotional well-being. So,
Right.
Right. Correct.
and we're here for you to support you because
I
I know it's
know.
gonna be difficult, but we'll be here for you. So let's switch up. Okay, so Chai passed, and then here comes trying to navigate through life, navigate through the legal system. So in your opinion, do you think justice was served for Shy?
No.
And if not, what would justice look like to you?
The death penalty. Take a life. Take yours. Just that simple. Because that was a bunch of nonsense.
Mhm.
That was a bunch of nonsense. Went to court way too many times, fighting, them even trying to get him at one time. You know what I'm saying? And then them still lying with all that stuff that came out. They were still lying. And they still wasting your time and everybody's time. You know what I'm saying? He
Mhm.
didn't have no rights. He gave his rights up the moment he did that senseless act. So why we acting like he got rights?
He shouldn't have had a trial, for
He
sure.
should he should have just been gone. And
Right.
now every day he gets to get up. Even though he getting up in the box, he gets to wake up and it's not right.
I don't appreciate that he got to have a voice on the stand. I don't appreciate that he stood up there and said, I killed Shakira, but I didn't murder her. I hated that. And I don't think he should have had the right to be on that stand to say anything.
Mhm.
I mean, was justice done? I mean, Denise and Sean and, her dad and her son and her brothers, they'll, they lost somebody forever. And he's still living. And probably, you know, prison isn't the same like it used to be. These people are in there living a life. And that's probably what he's doing. So was justice served to me? No. What
No.
does it look like? What do I think he should have got? I don't know.
Mhm.
But I don't,
Well, I
I
I
don't.
I personally feel like reason I didn't want the death penalty is because I want him to wake up every holiday in prison. I want him to wake up every birthday in prison. Because what happens when you are in there for a certain amount of time, you start to lose contact with people. People start to die off, and you find yourself in a very lonely place because the persons that you were able to call, they're no longer taking your call. The person that was putting money on your books are no longer putting money on your books. So when you calling on the holidays, at one point, everybody answering the phone because they're so happy to hear from you. Now everybody is too busy because life is life.
And life is lifing without you. Yeah, people move on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Life is life without him.
Hmm.
When it came to the court proceedings, one thing I can say, we showed up.
We
We
showed
showed
up.
up. I was
Exactly.
taking off work. I didn't care if I'm going. I'll be back after my lunch break. We went to court. We had lunch together. We packed out the courthouse. We let them know that she wasn't just this a statistic. That she was a loved one.
Mhm.
That we loved her. We're going to be there. We're going to show up each and every time. Um,
And
and it
that
was
showed.
hard. It was hard because you had the media, the cameras, the family was trying to fight us. I mean, we had to get escorted, out and everything, but we showed up, and I think that spoke volumes. I think he did try to get off a couple times on a technicality. Um, why he didn't go ahead and just, you know, plead out? No, because he felt like he could beat it, and
Right.
rightfully so, because our legal system sucks, and sometimes like because his name was spelt wrong, they was trying to dismiss charges. I think, right? Am I wrong?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mhm.
something like that. So the fact that everything finally did fall in line and he did get life twice actually. So I mean, him getting a death penalty and dying, I don't even think that's we do the death penalty anymore in Georgia, but that's too easy. Too
Too
easy.
easy.
Too easy.
Too
Him having
easy.
to get up and suffer through it. Eventually he's gonna get old and he's gonna have to accept his fate that that's where he's gonna spend his last days. Um, so yeah, I don't want him to have it easy. I want him to have to think about every day why you in this cell, why you in here, what you did, you know. And he didn't just leave Ralph; he left a drove of kids behind. Um,
Yeah, that's right. He sure
yeah.
did.
So you know, there's not no one's gonna be there for him. His family barely hanging on. They doing stupid
Mhm.
stuff. And a couple of them get killed off after that.
Before and after.
Yeah. So yeah. Justice in
Mhm.
our eyes will never be served because we can't have shy back.
That's right.
But
Right.
I don't want him to have an easy life. Absolutely not. And if they ever call and say that he up for something, I promise you we still gonna be there
He's showing up. I mean,
showing up.
it's no different than when he tried to appeal his case. We showed up in droves then.
Mhm.
So I don't understand why they feel like they can beat the system. Baby, you're not gonna beat it. Like you're not. You're not.
When his lawyer played that rap song, I already knew what it was. I wasn't even worried after that no more.
Hello.
Wait, when
I
he
was
came
like,
out with the bag of sugar and the two fingers, that baby,
Right.
that right there.
Right. When they try to say she shot herself.
Yes.
yeah. But what it did do was shine a light on the legal system for me. And I realized that we have to do better and we do have to show up and we have to, talk to our Congress people. We have to take a better um stance on how we vote, different laws. Like just don't be going there to get the sticker. Like pay attention to what and who we're putting in position because this definitely affects our lives. Like everybody just think it's nothing until it's your loved one. And
But
then
Right.
I can honestly say the judge was like on it. She was on it. Like she wasn't playing any games by any means. And I can recall her telling them several times, stop saying the word accidental. This was not accidental.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
she said that over and over again.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
y'all need to understand this was not accidental.
Definitely wasn't.
Mm-mm.
And we have a question. Has anyone from his family ever tried contacting you about Ralph? Nope.
No, 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 no,
They
no,
need
no.
not.
But he
No, no, no. They
but he
need
sent
not
you a
to.
letter though from prison, right?
Well, he sent a letter. I want to say when he turned maybe like two, I want to say, sent a letter. Dom, Ralph name spelled wrong. It was horrible.
The letter.
Um, the
The
letter
letter.
was the letter was horrible. So what I did, because he's not to have any contact with us, what I did, I had to call the warden and speak with the warden. Then I had to send the letter back, and from that point on, he has not attempted to reach out.
If you would have seen the letter, and that the letter alone lets me know, like,
Hmm.
life. I don't even just blame him. I definitely blame his parents. Life has failed that whole family.
Oh,
If you
absolutely.
Mhm.
guys would have saw like literally, I want to say first, second grade level
Yes,
writing as well as comprehension.
He was
it was
just
horrible.
straight. He was streets. He was raised in the streets and he lived the streets.
Diction was, I mean, it was terrible. Like,
Terrible.
Being in the streets don't mean you got to be dumb, no.
Well, he wasn't educated though, so he
I'm
was
just, oh
dumb.
my Lord.
Well, he wasn't an educated street person.
at all.
Okay,
Right.
Like literally, like
he
first,
was
second grade
not.
level. Like you couldn't even spell your child's name. But
Oh
that's
wow.
why I was tripping too when they presented that he graduated from what Bible
He said he
study.
graduated from Bible school.
Yeah, and when he was 4. Shit. Oh, excuse me.
It's all right. It was crazy. It was
So,
crazy.
no, do not have contact with the family.
Nah,
Haven't had contact with the family. Don't care to have contact with the family because um
I don't think there's one decent individual
I
over that
still
way.
have triggers. I do. And that would honestly be that's actually one of them.
Yeah, because they like even when they were on the news and the sister's like, oh, he wouldn't do nothing to her. He loved her. He loved that eats me up every time.
Every time.
That was never love.
And she didn't say he loved her. He loved where he said he loved it her.
He loved
He
her.
loved her.
He loved it her.
I loved her.
Man, nah, we don't need Ralph in that environment. But I tell
Nah,
you, this young man is so intellectual, so smart, so loving. I dare not introduce him to something like that.
Yeah, I'm
nah.
kind of getting sick of him being smarter than me at this point. I'm having a little problem with it, but I'm gonna carry on. Put my dummy hat on. Just keep smiling.
All right, I'm gonna just skip down to some questions. So what do you wish more people understood about domestic violence before it's too late?
You have to be aware. If you think there's something wrong, there's something wrong, and you need to listen to yourself and your intuition. And just sometimes they only need they don't. I feel like sometimes with Shakira, like we talk so much that we talk them away. Like it's that thing
Mhm.
when you push somebody away from something, they're going to gravitate towards it. Sometimes they
Correct.
just need an open ear and somebody that's not, they feel that is not going to judge them. I wish that we had the opportunity to just listen, even if we weren't judging, without even giving input. Sometimes that's all they need is just an ear to listen in a safe place. But I
Correct.
feel like your intuition is everything. And if you think there are signs, those are signs. And you need to believe in those signs.
Hmm.
What about you, Auntie Mika?
You know,
We said we weren't going to cuss, Auntie Mika.
and I'm not gonna cuss, but it's just it's really hard and it's really sad because everything stands with the individual. And I need for these young people and old to love themselves more and understand that it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for anybody to abuse you. I need you to love yourself more than you love them. Because
Yes.
at the end of the day, when you decide that you want to get out, it's too late. Because they undid so much to you. You know what I'm saying? To where when you decide that you're ready to go, God decide that the only way you can go is come back to Him.
Hmm.
And that's something that's hard for me, because y'all, I love God. I believe in Him, and I know He is the one. But I still don't quite understand why He made the decision that He made to go on and take them home. You know what I'm saying? Because when they decided to go, that's when He decided to bring them on home.
Hmm.
I just need people and these young folk and these old people out there that's getting hurt. It's not okay. It's not okay. Don't let these people stand up. Because let me tell you something about a bully. A bully is going to only abuse the ones that allow them. As soon as you start fighting back, things change. But you got to fight from the beginning. You just got to don't allow it. Love yourself more. Somebody look at you cross-eyed, walk away. They raise their hand, they try to belittle you, walk away. You can't help crazy. You
Right.
can't. And we done lost too many people.
Correct.
There's
We done lost too many people.
Yeah, and there's people out there that want to help. Reach out to the Shy Foundation. Somebody's always there to talk to somebody. Sometimes they don't want to talk to their family members because they're too close.
Yeah,
Just talk to somebody else. There's so many different foundations and groups and just places.
Exactly.
right. But you got to make the first move. You got to move.
Exactly.
Can't nobody do it for you, no matter how guilty we feel, no matter because we missed something, we didn't see something, we didn't read something right. You got to make the first move. You got to stand up and say enough is enough. And don't let enough be when they finna put you 6 feet deep, because it ain't nothing we can do about it then.
Auntie Mika, when you were saying like, you don't understand, God calling them home. I kind of, this topic has come up before, in terms of Shy, like why? Because from my understanding, she was making her rounds to everybody around
Mm,
that time.
Yeah.
Everybody
She
had their
was.
stories how she came and visit and
Yeah.
talk and said she was coming home.
Yeah.
And it was like soon as she was ready to come up out of it, God called her home. And so, when I think about it, I just look at it as, maybe God called her home because that's the only way she would have been free.
yeah.
Because you
Right.
gotta think about it, he was a very toxic individual. His family was very toxic, and even if she woulda came home, he wouldn't have left her alone. He
No, he
would have
would not
found
have.
ways to come and still harass her. He woulda, found ways to, you know, try to,
Yeah.
impact her life in a negative way, and she couldn't be free that way.
She
No.
couldn't.
And then
And
and
when I have said to my dad so many times, why me? Like, Dad, why me? And he said, why not you? Plain and simple, why not you? He said you asked God several times to just bring her home completely because she's home, but then she'll run over there and she'll come back home. He said, but you never asked God, you never said to God which home to bring her to.
Mm.
He said, so God honestly answered your call. He answered your prayer. He took her, brought her to her heavenly home. And in the midst of him doing that, he saved two souls. He saved Shakira from the foolery, and he saved Raph from becoming a product of that environment.
absolutely.
You know,
Look, ma'am, at the end of the day, I miss her.
yeah, definitely.
And just like you said, Kim, we want people to come and talk, but there's always a layer of judgment. And even if you feel like you're not a judgmental person, if somebody's in your life and then you're like, because a lot of times a lot of this happens behind closed doors, and you don't want people to know that you're getting abused and beat on or manipulated, and then when you come out and say something, you feel judgment. And sometimes it's easy to talk to a stranger versus going to your mom or a loved one. Because even like myself, I will hold a lot of stuff in, and then I would just volcano out. You know what I mean? I can't hold it no more. But I had to get around that. I had to learn. I had to grow, and I just thank God that I was able to, get to a point where I'm able to be more expressive now, and say and realize when I'm in situations that I don't need to be in before things get too late. But it's just like we have to get past the judgment. So what? People gonna talk about you. So what? People gonna look at you. They're gonna do it anyway.
think I
But if
think
this
with
is gonna save
Shy,
your life and it's
I
gonna
think
make
yeah,
things better, then we got to get past that part.
yeah.
So, I think in another show we were talking about be careful like what we say, because even when we're talking with each other, we might say little stuff, but people hold that in the back of their head and say, "Oh, I can't say that because I don't want them to talk about." So
Yeah.
we have to be really intentional with our words and let, our loved ones know that, hey, listen, you could come to me, we could talk about it no matter, my dad tells me all the time, no matter how bad it is, tell me the truth. And it sounds easy, but that's so loaded and hard because no one wants to let their parents down, right?
No, and I think for Shy, I do believe, as far as her family was concerned, biological and extended, it wasn't for her. It wasn't about any of us placing judgment. She feared what we would do.
We was gonna pop off. It wasn't
She
no,
feared,
she knew.
feared
It wasn't
she
no,
feared
what
what
about,
we
she
would
knew.
do
She
because
100% knew what we were gonna do.
yeah, because I've been to the house several times, like strapped and ready to go. Like I didn't care if it was 35 of them in there.
That's
Um,
true.
but
And
I
he
think
knew
that
it
was
though.
her biggest fear about what we would do.
You're right. You're right, Denise. Because even that night, the night before she passed, the night before she got killed, um, she was talking about that, just that, and she said, "Auntie, I can't leave him. He told me he'd kill me if I leave him." And I told her point blank, I said, "Shakira, he ain't gonna touch you because he knows your family and he knows that we're crazy." That's exactly what I said to her. So she
Mhm.
knew. She knew it from you. She's witnessed it with you with Carlo before. She's seen it. Her family's gonna go hard for her 100%. So
And she
yeah,
acted
I think
like
you're
she
right
felt
on
like he
that
was
one.
protecting us
Yeah.
because she already
Mhm.
knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah. Yep.
I might not have, what I'm saying, got physical, but baby, I was gonna catch you on the paperwork side.
And you have to
I was
think
gonna mess that
if
life
y'all
up.
can if y'all can remember the night that we lost her, they had to confine her brother because he honestly ran up there with his
Oh yeah,
pistol and a ski mask on.
he was actually he looked like he was about to drive through the barricade. He was.
Right.
I don't even think he put the car in park all the way.
Yeah. They had to grab him.
Yeah, most definitely. Um. Okay, let's wind this down because this conversation could go so many ways. So how are we keeping her name alive and her memory alive? What are some ways?
Oh my goodness. I mean, just look at everything that's done. Been gone 13 years, and her name is as and her presence is as alive as it always was. Look at all the things that Denise is doing. The Shy Foundation, Denise and Sean and the family. Uh, the Shy Foundation, standing up for domestic violence, always saying her name, keeping her name
What
alive.
did her dad say, Jim?
What?
Leave my
What did
son
her
alone.
dad say?
Well, what?
He
Wait.
know his child.
He said, "If I love my son."
But
Yeah.
for real, like her name, it's every day. It's talking about her. It's sharing stories about her. We do it. We do it every day. Like the girls will come do some stupid SpongeBob thing or just singing my Margaret song. I can't do it all the time now because they've changed how. We'll talk about that later, Denise. But when we go into our Margaret and Donna thing, I do it all the time when I just talk to her during the day. I call her Margaret and I talk to myself and call myself Donna. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's never not going to be alive in my head.
I
I will.
can I can recall your mom jumping on her all the time about drinking that McDonald's tea. Like,
Grammy's going
why
to
she
get
drinking
us.
it? Yeah.
Grammy didn't play. I know. Yep.
Auntie Mika.
Okay.
Mhm.
We got you. So I'm adamant about being part of the Shy Foundation. And it ain't easy. It's not easy. It's not. But like I said, I told Denise one time, I said, I'll follow you through anything, support you. And this is part of her journey through healing. And I think it's been very impactful to the community. We service everybody. We started
Everybody.
off with domestic violence, but then we saw a need. And I think we just, the love that she gave us, we just want to spread it to everybody. We have the book bag drive, we have the gala, we help with the safe houses. And sometimes, like I said, just the spirit of helping somebody else um, is
Mhm.
just paying homage to Shy. Um, just interacting with Ralph, making sure I say Ralph from a whooping the other day, Lord, but just making sure um, I stay present and active. It really, really, really helps with
Mhm.
keeping her memory
Who
alive.
foot Ralph? Have Ralph ever got a whooping?
Girl, yeah.
Don't.
Mm.
We ain't talking about that in public now.
But just and just talking to people in passing, they're surprised when I tell them about the organization. And I deal with a lot of families, and I deal with matter of fact, my connection at United Way, she told me to send her the podcast so she can get it out to her families because everybody needs help, and sometimes you
Mhm.
find yourself in a situation like you didn't think it was abuse, and then you find out it really was abuse, and just coming up with different ways to help reach the people is what helped me keep her memory alive. And so yeah, that's how I cope, just a little bit.
And some of the things that I think about, even though it was a tough time for us going through the court system, going back and forth until we actually started the trial, I sometimes just think back and I laugh at some of the things that were said and done, as a way of just keeping us somewhat sane. I can remember her dad asking the prosecutor, will there be extra security in the courtroom? And he was like, do we need it? Her dad was like, yeah. So I'm saying to myself, like, Mr. Prosecutor, you don't know this man. Like, you don't know this man. And I can remember getting a call. We left. I can't remember if we left for the day, Kim and Tim and Auntie Mika, or we going to. I think we had left for the day because we end up at Golden Corral,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I'm getting phone calls and they telling me to call him because he don't cornered somebody, and
Oh,
I'm like, man, let this man do what he do, like let him do what he do. So it was just that for real for us, like that for real. It was just that for real for us.
it's still that for real for
It
us.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Gemini, I want to. You don't need it, but I want to commend you on, sticking by Denise since day one and never leaving her side. Good days, bad days, indifferent. I tell Denise all the time, if you ain't got nothing else, you got Gemini.
That
Don't
part.
knock
Oh,
Denise.
Yep, all the
No
time. She
matter
said it
what
all
we've
the
been through,
time.
Gemini, I love you. But
oh, I love you
you
too.
have. I tell Denise all the time, you
All
can.
the time.
Mhm.
It ain't all peaches and cream.
I
No,
said
it's
that though. I
not.
said that in my speech. I
Gemini,
said good days,
Gemini be
bad days.
threatening me, y'all. Gemini be threatening me.
Gemini
No,
always threatened you.
He be threatening me. He
listen.
does.
Um,
But let me ask this question. Um, what if Shakira could hear you now? If she could hear each of you right now, what would you want? What do you want to say to her?
Know that you loved.
Yeah,
I love you.
Hmm.
I love
No
you.
matter what.
I'm sorry.
Know that you loved.
Yes. Yep. And I'm sorry. I would just hug her.
Hmm.
It's so weird thinking about it because it'd be scripted now, you know?
Hmm.
Organically, I think what Auntie Mika said, I love you. And just open my
Know
arms
you
and I love
loved.
you. And we're here.
I
Because you
think
know, I
I
feel in my heart, Denise, that
What?
her and Lisa is sitting up there right now listening to this. And they both are feeling bad because I know they saying to each other, we could have did something different, but we didn't.
Hmm.
And look at the pain we on caused them. You know what I'm saying? So I know they feeling bad. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, they both was loved.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
think she knew that. I know she's probably up there right now. Donna, why you getting old, Donna? What happened, Donna? What happened to my Donna?
What she calling you, Gemini?
honey, if I could say anything to Shy, I would, girl, come get your baby.
Right?
She baby.
Come
She
get she
baby.
baby.
Come and get she
Damn.
baby.
Come get him.
That's she
Um,
baby.
yeah.
That is she
I,
baby.
I just
Um,
I just miss him,
I
man.
I I
You know,
personally, and I say it often when I'm talking to her that I appreciate her for leaving me with something, someone that belongs to her. Because when I say
Mhm.
Raph is truly the hero of my heart, he saved me.
Yes, he did.
He honestly saved me. And I was so against, y'all know I was so against her having a baby. I was so against it because she was an adult baby herself,
Yep.
an
Oh,
adult
yes, Lord.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I said, I guess it was God's will, like it was divine order. Like God
Mm-hmm.
knew I would need something that belongs to her to carry me. So when he's the hero of my heart, like that baby saved me. Like he really did. He saved me. You
I
know,
know.
and it's like when I look at him now, I see her whole face.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
see her entire
I
face.
try to find one piece of him, just one. I'm like, God, dang, even his forehead. Come on,
Yes.
somebody.
His hands, his feet. When I told you
His
his
kneecaps are
kneecaps,
like
when I
Shakira.
told you he is Shakira, he is the Barnes. Like he is her and her family. He is them. Like he has nothing from this side.
No,
Like absolutely nothing from this side. When I say he's a Barnes baby through and through, he is just that.
But
He
he
is
loves
just that. Because just as she is the spitting image of her dad and her brother Greg and Chevy, and then it's like DS and DeMarcus got these dominant traits. He's them. Like he's them.
But you know what, Denise? It got to be some of you up in there because that grandbaby, that little
hmm
granddaughter, she looked just like him.
Yeah, she looked like him. She looked like him, but again, she looks like Shy as well.
yeah.
And
Well,
then she
Shy
looked
and Demarcus look a lot
and,
alike to
and
me.
I feel like she just marked the Marcus baby. She marked that baby.
yeah, she look like your sister. She do. Them
Yeah,
jeans are
she
real
marked that
real.
baby.
Cause
Most
see
definitely.
Yeah,
that's that little twin, honey.
You know
yeah.
she
That-
yours definitely. Cause yeah, y'all jeans real strong.
Those jeans
oh,
are real strong, like real strong. So I mean, and even Sha has an aunt like Portia. She looked just like her.
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture of Portia. I said, wait a minute. Um,
Like
Denise, do you know this lady? She's like, yeah, that's Shy Aunt. I was like, look just like
just like, and Ralph is all in there. Like he's
Oh
just in
God!
there.
her.
yeah.
So
Wow.
for me, it's like him. I would say thank you. Thank you for Ralph because he saved me.
Yeah. And I think people need to understand that. We say, she was slow. She was slow as all outdoors, but she was slow with common sense. She was not street smart at all, but that was a
Mm-mm.
smart young woman. And that,
Girl, for a minute, Kim, I was wondering who you was calling slow girl.
my niece, honey, because she was slow
Oh,
as hell, honey.
Shy was smart as shit when it came to school and
School,
like she was smart, like on a roll, like all of that. But she had no knowledge of the street. Like
no,
she had no street sense because
none.
I
You are right.
shelter her.
I mean, yeah, cause that's what
I
you were
shelter
supposed
her.
to do,
So she didn't know.
She
right?
didn't.
Cause you was
But that's
sheltered
what
too,
my,
Denise.
I
You
yeah,
ain't got a
was.
whole. You got a lot of street smarts now, but you didn't. You weren't no thug back then.
No,
yeah, you
I've
was,
never been. I
Yeah,
never
you
been.
weren't. You gangster now, walking around carrying a pistol and doing
Mm.
all that.
So
Baby, I've been
But that wasn't you.
baby, I've been carrying her for a good 20 years, baby.
Yeah.
Pepper,
long?
pistol and pepper spray.
but
Okay.
that's one of the
Yeah.
things, Gemini,
Cause you were
like
just a little baby. You were so sweet and innocent. You wasn't
But
even.
I
You
still
wasn't that girl.
I
she
was
had
still
it in her.
packing.
That's Bebe's sister. She had it in her, honey.
I was still packing.
Yeah,
Who was
baby was.
innocent?
Yeah.
I just kept mine on the low. My
She
sister
was
keep
just
hers.
quiet at the door at the club. She wasn't innocent.
Baby just out loud with hers.
All the
I mean,
time.
still Sagittarius. She's supposed to be.
Exactly. She's
You
out with
just
hers.
defending yourself right now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You plugging for you. But honestly, Gemini, some of the people, like when you talk about domestic violence, you think, they should have been smarter, but Shakira was smart. And it happens to anybody. Anybody can be a victim, no matter what your mentality, no matter your age, no
I'm glad
matter
you
your
said that, Kim.
education. And that's
Right.
what people need to know. Just because they're this doesn't mean they can't be Shakira.
Victimized, right.
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 Because
Right.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, because my cousin Lisa was working on her doctorates.
See?
Very, very
Mhm.
smart. I mean, it was just awesome. But at the end of the day, she fell in love with the devil. She was sleeping with the devil, you know.
Hello.
And and
Yeah.
and that's just and they think they can save him. She thought she can save him until she realized she couldn't. She was trying to get out, and he did what he did when she was trying to leave. But so it don't matter. You know,
No, it don't.
it don't.
Yeah. Domestic violence has no.
No,
They don't discriminate. It doesn't
it
Not
discriminate.
at
don't.
all. Not at
Celebrities,
all.
rich, poor, successful, not successful.
Yeah,
Everybody can experience domestic violence. Let's see. I remember she told me one that daddy, you have a pass. I said, don't ever compare me to him. I know that's right.
I know that's right.
Don't compare.
Hmm.
Don't
Amen.
don't ever compare.
I
So
know
baby,
that's
there
right.
was there was no comparison. None. None.
Mm-mm.
Look,
Yeah.
Not on
Shakira
one.
was smart. She was beautiful. She was talented. She was gifted, and she will always ring bright in my life until the day I'm gone, and I will share her forever. She didn't leave this earth not putting her mark on it, not just because of Gotti, but she put her own mark on the world just being Shakira, and I'm blessed and honored that I had her part of my life, and that I got to call her my Donna, my niece.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, Kim, you gonna jump the boat because we was doing closing reflections and that was so beautiful.
Okay, well, there's mine, Mika. I didn't mean to go first.
You
Nah,
is
nah,
good, baby.
it was so beautiful. Okay, so what gives you strength to keep going and speak out even in the middle of this pain?
To help somebody else.
Help somebody else.
To help
Mm-hmm.
somebody else. Because if we keep talking, somebody gonna hear it.
They gonna
You know
listen.
what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna hear it, and we're gonna be able to save somebody. So that keeps keep me moving on.
That's
Cause
true.
I'm down here in Florida talking about them. You know what
Come
I'm saying?
on.
And when I see these
Yeah.
babies down here with the damn curling iron burns, and I'm like, girl, how did that happen? And they giving me these old crazy excuses. I be like, baby, no. and then I tell them a story. You know what I'm saying? And some of them listen, and some of them do what they got to do. But I'm gonna keep talking.
Just
Hopefully,
plant the seed.
somebody.
All you gotta do is plant the seed.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it, that
Water
song.
it with love.
Yes.
Eventually they'll get it.
That's it, that song.
What about you, Kim? You got another little closing reflection for us?
Oh, I need more. Hey, listen. It's been a journey. I mean, I'm not her biological mother, and it was a journey for me as well as everybody else. But good things come from bad things, and I feel like Denise put a platform out there, and it has become a beautiful thing to save. And just like Auntie Mika said, but it only takes one. It takes one conversation to save one life. And if the Shy Foundation only saves one life, then it was worth every tear and blood and sweat that you have all put into the foundation. So don't give up. Shy deserves it. People get older, time passes by, but she doesn't have to be absent just because the years have gone by. So keep sharing
Exactly.
her love, her stories. We're going to still continue to hurt. We're still going to continue to question
Hmm.
ourselves, but we know things today that we didn't know back then.
Right.
And that put us all in a position to help the next person. So, in honor of Shy, I will continue to say her name. Period.
Oh.
That's it for me.
Okay, so before we go, I want to say thank you both so very much. I love y'all from the depths of my soul. You've been here. You rode with me before, during, and after the storm, and I truly appreciate it. So in honor of Shy, like right now, in honor of Shy, I am challenging all of our listeners, everybody that has tuned in. We are doing a back to school drive on Sunday, July 20th. And if you're not able to attend, I am challenging 33 people to send $15 so we can tie into getting more school supplies for our babies. And the reason I'm saying 33 because Shy is now 33. And we lost her when she was 20.
20.
And the week after she turned 21.
Yeah.
So I'm saying 33, $15. All of the money, all the proceeds will be used to purchase school supplies for our babies who will otherwise go without. So I challenge you. If you want to send more, that's fine also, because again, we got the safe houses, we got two apartment complex, we got a couple of schools that we're gonna hit. So support,
Yep.
share the love in honor of Shy.
And it ain't for us because
Absolutely.
I ain't got no kids. But what I
Definitely,
do
I
have in
mean
the
I
back of my
got
car
one,
is
but it
some
ain't for
book bags
him,
that I want to
baby.
donate.
You got a whole
He
classroom.
he even took it upon himself today and did what, Jim?
Listen, and this. I told Denise to take a picture because I called her to get ready for the show, and she was in Walmart getting school supplies, and I heard Ralph. She was like, "Get 50 of this, get 50." Ralph purchased 50 book bags plus supplies with his own money. With
Stop
his
it.
own money, he could
With
have been
his own
roadblocking
money.
it up. He could have been with his own money 50 book. If that baby could do 50, I know you guys can
Hmm.
come out and help. I
With
know
his
y'all can.
own money.
And we don't just conquer just domestic violence out, it's family violence too. And in this day and time, things are hard, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. People are in a financial crunch, and a lot of times when people can't provide and their kids are telling them, well, I got to have this, I got to have that, and it frustrates them, that could lead to violence. So come on, help us
Mhm.
alleviate some of that responsibility.
Oh,
Oh
We just
yeah,
trying to
y'all help
help
a lot of
families out.
people. I remember that grandmother, Denise, and I'm finna get ready to get off. I remember that grandmother.
Yeah.
I called you, and that a lady that went to my auntie's church, son and daughter. They had 6 kids, and both parents died from COVID out of
Mhm.
nowhere. Two young parents and left that grandmother with them kids, and she didn't have no Christmas, no clothes, no nothing. and you had just had the Christmas drive, and you literally sent a U-Haul over there to that woman's house for Christmas for those six boys. And
Yep.
that wasn't domestic violence. That was just life.
That was from
Coach
under her
came
own
Amen.
in,
Christmas tree, probably.
huh?
That
Yeah.
was under her own Christmas tree, probably.
I mean, and it was, but I'm just saying that's what she did. I called Denise, and and you showed up. You and the Kenya with the her motorcycle group.
Yep.
Y'all
Love
just
Jones.
showed up. Yes.
Yeah.
And I put it out there and I said this family needs some help. And y'all just did it. So y'all helped more than just domestic violence. You help need.
Yeah.
You
The
help a need.
the cash app is SHI Shy 0227. Again, the cash app is Shy SHI 0227.
And Sean, you need to send 66.
Okay, Jim, you ready?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This was good. Like I said, it was hard. It was hard for everybody. I do thank each and every one of you guys for pushing through the answer some questions, let people know um how everybody can be affected by domestic violence. Um, Before we get out of here, guys, I just want to remind you that the gala is coming up. So,
December the
December
14th.
14th, save the date. Gala
I got
coming
my
up.
table.
We want to see each and every one of you guys there. I want y'all to bathe. I want y'all to put on your good clothes and
And
come on down.
tables for the gala goes on sale August 10th. First come, first serve. Tables are $100, seat 10 people.
Okay.
Say that price
August 10th.
again because you blanked out.
August 10th,
Table
they go on sale. And then, because we want you to get the table and put on some good, bathe, put on some good clothes and come on out and party with us. We're going to do a little bit different this year. And we want everybody to come and enjoy ourselves. Like I said, that's one of our biggest fundraisers. So this is, y'all ain't going to church. Ain't no need to let them clothes in the closet. Come on, bathe and come on out. We miss y'all. We want to see y'all there. But don't forget the back to school drive. We're gonna have a nice show. Denise is gonna be on the show. Sean, Najee, Amaya, um, Kiana, Nick, Sergio, D. Franklin. They're all gonna be performing. It's just $10 to come out, support. Bring your two book bags with school supplies. We're gonna have a great time together. We're gonna fellowship. In the name of Shy, we're gonna donate these good items for everybody to go back to school. So please join us if you can't. Like she said, she's challenging each of you guys to donate what, $15?
$15. That's
That's a
it.
drink. That's a drink in the club. That's
That's
y'all
it.
brunching it, y'all buying bottles, so y'all can buy a book bag. If you
And
can buy
then
a bottle, you can buy a book bag.
On August the 3rd, you guys will be able to witness what we do with all of the supplies. We're going to have a back to school block party. So you'll be able to witness. We'll be giving out school supplies, clothes, shoes, food. Come on out and be a part. We'll have a DJ. Just come and you can witness what we do in the community with all of the stuff that's sent in to the foundation. Everything goes back out into the community. I mean, everything. We don't benefit from any of it. It
I
goes
can't even
back
fit
into
the
the
clothes and
community.
shoes. I tried. I tried to get me a good halter last time. It didn't fit.
Oh, he did. Where's that halter?
It's in the car. I'm gonna get into it. That's my motivation outfit.
But again, Kim, Auntie Meek, I love you guys. I thank you guys so, so very much. Jessica says she love y'all.
Love you, Jessica. Love you so much,
Love
my Auntie
you.
Lily. Love you, Jen.
Um,
Love you, Auntie
so
Meeks.
love you guys
Love
so
you
very
too,
much.
Kim.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, thank you guys. We out of
So,
here. Thank you so much. Tune in next Wednesday again at 8 o'clock. We're gonna have another special topic for y'all. This has been Sharing Hope and Inspiration podcast. If you missed it or you want to tune in or share it with somebody, you can catch us on Spotify, YouTube, or Facebook. Love you
pageant
guys.
way. Bye.